guys? It's Coach D back here with another sports review, and today we are going to be doing our official playoff prediction for the Mavericks and the Clippers playoff series coming up this weekend. I'm very excited for this series. It should be very entertaining. This is going to be the third time the Mavs and the Clippers are going to be matching up in the last 5 years. This is Luka's best team that he's had, and this might be the best Clipper team ever. So seeing them match up again is definitely going to be, with all those stars, is going to be really entertaining. I'm really looking forward to it. I think the biggest concerns that I have for the Mavs, number one, is going to be their defenders. I don't think that they match up very well with the Clippers' stars. Now, their defense has definitely improved at the trade deadline. They got P.J. Washington and Daniel Gafford, and they have definitely helped their defense, especially Daniel Gafford, shoring up that middle. He's definitely helped the points in the paint for the other team and has made that go down. So that's really good. And to finish the season, the Mavs have looked great. They're 16-4 and really 16-2 because the last two games they didn't really play their stars. So they're really 16-2, and that is a very impressive run in the NBA. But at the same time, when you squint your eyes and you look at that 16-2 run, you'll realize that currently 15 out of the 16 teams that they played are all 8 seed and under. So you're basically just beating up on the tomato cans, running through the tomato cans of the league. And, that's good because good teams should run through tomato cans. But at the same time, right, does that make you the hottest team in the NBA and one of the best teams in the league that has kind of been circulating on media right now? Probably not. No. The one good win that I give them is the Denver win, and that was with that Kyrie game winner. But, Jokic only had 16 points. It was a game winner, but still, that's a good win. I respect that. But then they also lost to OKC. So I'm not, too impressed. But I will give them that. But the Clippers, this is probably going to be the best offense that Dallas has seen in a month, in a really long time. Especially with Kawhi Leonard, they're saying that he's going to play. And Kawhi Leonard has averaged 32 points in each of the series that he's had in the past with the Mavericks. And that was when you had Dorian Finney-Smith guarding him, right? And now you're going to be guarding him with P.J. Washington. So I expect there to be defensively on Kawhi a drop-off, unless you think P.J. Washington is a better defender than Dorian Finney-Smith. So that's who they're probably going to match up on Kawhi, and that's a little concerning, right? You're probably worried about that a little bit. And then also, they're probably going to be guarding Paul George with Derrick Jones Jr., who is not known for his defense or as a defender. And the last time that they matched up, Paul George had 25-9. So that's probably not what you want defensively. And then the other guys, Kyrie's going to be guarding James Harden. So he's going to have his hands full with that. And then you're going to have Daniel Gafford. He's going to be guarding Zubac. And Zubac is a 7-footer. Daniel Gafford's at 6'10". And Zubac probably has about 20, 25 pounds on him, if not more. So he's going to have his hands full with that. And then the Mavs are probably going to hide Luka on Terrence Mann. But all Clippers fans know that Terrence Mann is our, utility guy. He's our young guy that, scrapping for offensive rebounds and pushing the fast break and doing back cuts. He does that dirty work stuff. So if Luka's not paying attention and stuff, earlier this season when we played them, Terrence Mann went for 17 points because of that. You really do have to pay attention to Terrence. And if you leave him wide open for three, he can hit that. So very tricky. You got to pay attention, even though he's not the best offense. So I just feel like the Mavs are going to have their hands full with the Clippers defensively. I think that might be too much. I don't really see who's the ace in the hole lockdown defender for the Mavs, that can help Luka and help Kyrie. I really don't see that. But outside of that, the second major challenge that I see the Mavs having with the Clippers would definitely be the Clippers' depth. It used to be where it was just, in the past, it's been Paul George, Kawhi, and the boys, right? There's a bunch of these role players, the Reggie Jackson, the Covington, and the Batum, right? A bunch of role players just kind of helping out, and they would have success. But now, Clippers added James Harden, and then who's, James Harden. That's enough said, right? And then they've also added Norman Powell, who's in Sixth Man of the Year conversation. And then they also have Russell Westbrook coming off the bench, who is a former in Sixth Man of the Year conversation. So he's been big off the bench. So that's a lot of firepower that you're having to deal with on the defensive end. But when you look at the Mavericks, to me, the Mavericks are actually Luka, Kyrie, and the boys. I don't even know who their third option is. Maybe some Mavs fans could tell me in the comments. I don't even know who the third option is. And whoever that guy is, it was probably PJ Washington, does not have serious playoff experience, hasn't been put on this stage, hasn't had those type of expectations. So, what are we expecting them to produce? I don't know who it is. And when you look at the averages for when the Mavericks have looked amazing during this 16-2 run after the All-Star break, PJ Washington is averaging 12 points on 32% from three. You have Derek Lively, he's averaging 8 points. Gafford's averaging 10 points. Tim Hardaway, 8 points. And Dante Exum, 5 points. So you really only have two guys in double figures and Daniel Gafford squeaking at 10. And then you have PJ with 12 points and he's only shooting 32% from three. Like, these are the guys that the Mavs are depending on to outscore Russell Westbrook, Norman Powell, and the Clippers bench and help whatever else the starters are doing. I don't know. That's very, very, very concerning to me. I think that's going to be a big challenge. Even if Kyrie and Luka, go head to head and go toe to toe and even are better than Kawhi and PG, the bench for the Clippers is so much better than the Mavs or the supporting cast. It's just too much, right? But the keys to victory for the Mavs is going to have to be Luka and Kyrie just going crazy. This is going to have to be the 2016 finals where you just have two guys like Bron and Kyrie used to be. They just went crazy, especially in Game 5, right? That double 40-40 piece. So it's going to have to be that for them. They're going to have to really carry this thing and be Superman and Batman. Not Batman and Robin. They're going to have to be, like Lucas said, it's going to have to be Superman and Batman, where they're going to have to be the two best players in this series almost and really just carry this team to victory. And then defensively, they are going to have to lock in, against the Clippers, against these wings that, you're going to have to, and the firepower that the Clippers have, you're really going to have to lock in defensively and probably play the best defense that they played in a really, really long time. And especially keeping the Clippers off the glass, because it's going to be impossible if the Clippers are getting those offensive rebounds or getting to the rim. It's definitely going to be very difficult to keep their score down and make the Clippers, sell out. But for the Clippers, the key to the victory for them, for us, is simple. Don't let Kyrie and Luka be Superman and Batman. Keep them contained. You're not going to stop them. You're not, especially Luka, but you just want to keep them contained. The last two games that the Clippers played Luka this season, he had 30 points, and that's fine. You want to keep them 30 and under. 30 is fine. You don't want Luka going for 40, 45, 50 or something like that, something that we've seen in these other series. You don't want him doing that and then Kyrie getting 30 or something, or 30 plus. You want to keep them dudes at 30 so the score can be contained, and you trust your offense and your supporting cast to just be too much and just run them over. And don't get in a hero ball playing contest with them. Don't start chucking up shots like the Clippers can do. Be aggressive, attack them, attack the basket, attack Luka on defense, attack Kyrie. Make them dudes play both ends of the floor. Just try to wear them out, through attacking them, when you're on offense. So if the Clippers do that, I really don't see them having too much of a problem in this series. I think an X factor for this series, though, can be Ivica Zubac. When Luka has looked his best against the Clippers is when Ivica Zubac is on the floor and he gets that switch. I am not even a huge Luka fan, but when Luka switches on to Zubac, he is one of the greatest players I've ever seen in my life. And it's up there, top 3 ever of all time, because he cannot miss when he goes up against Ivica Zubac. It doesn't matter what he throws up. It ain't missing. He's getting to the line, he's getting a layup, or he's doing a step back 3 from 30 feet and it's going in. So if Luka manages to play Zubac off the floor, which is what has happened in the past, Ty Lue will take Zubac off the floor when Luka's on the floor and he'll just play small ball. If that happens and Daniel Gafford proves to be too much for a Kawhi Leonard at the 5, because the Clippers don't have Batum and Covington anymore, to where Kawhi Leonard will have to play the 5 and Gafford is just too much for him, then that could be a problem. Clippers small ball not working. Now, the Clippers did make the signing of Kai Jones. I'm big on that, but if he plays or not in this series is all up in the air. And potentially that could be an answer. But that's, like I said, that's going to be an X factor that could really swing a series. But we'll see. Ty Lue did go small against them the last game that we played them, and it looked very well. But once again, they didn't have Gafford, and I'm pretty sure Lively might have been hurt. So we'll see. But my final prediction, I got the Clips in 5, man. I got the Clips in 5. We riding in style. I think the Clippers are, if they are who they were in December and January, then we're not going to have too much of a problem when we locked in and we looked like one of the best teams in the NBA. We blew out Boston on their home court during that time when we were locking in and trying defensively. But after the All-Star break, we just stopped trying. The older team, they got tired. They just stopped trying. So if we lock in and we come full force, I think it should be fine. Basically, it comes down to, I think the Clippers can defend the Mavs. They have the defenders to where they can defend the Mavs much better than the Mavs can defend the Clippers. I don't think the Mavs have the defenders to defend the Clippers more than the Clippers have the defenders to defend the Mavs, right? But like I said, if it would take an amazing, this is going to be a legendary run if Kyrie and Luka beat a healthy Clippers, because they are going to have to go stupid. They are going to have to be legendary, be great, Superman and Batman together. And, you say, well, that's what they've been doing, Coach D, these past, month of basketball, but they've been doing it against tomato cans. Clippers are on a tomato can. This is a truck. This is a truck, right, that you're running into. So this isn't going to be easy to just go for 40 and go for 45. The Clippers are going to be locking in, trying to stop them. So, but it's going to be really entertaining to see them try, but I just think with the Clippers' depth, especially, and their defense, I just don't think it'll be enough, because the Clippers, even though Kyrie and Luka are big dogs, the Clippers got big dogs too. They got Kawhi Leonard on the other side. So I just think it all just might be too much. But we'll see. It's going to be super entertaining. And, y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. And remember, even if it makes you cry, Coach D won't tell you a lie. Y'all like and subscribe and be blessed. I'm on to the next one.